Hello, my friends. I wanted to make a comment on the Supreme Court decision on the baker who refused to bake a cake for a gay couple, citing religious freedom. And this is a disgrace. The right-wing evangelical hypocrites in this country are exactly that, a pile of hypocrites. They don't have a problem with with world hunger, and they don't have a problem with homelessness, and they don't have a problem with the representatives taking Social Security and Medicaid and health care away from tens of millions of people, and they don't have a problem with children going hungry because they don't, they oppose abortion, but none of them adopt anybody. And when it comes, as soon as a baby is out of the womb, fuck them. Good luck. No health care, no education for that low-income baby, no family, no food stamps, no nothing for you. You're on your own. Talk to your imaginary friend, see if he'll feed you or something. So here they are citing religious freedom. And an increasingly right-wing stat court. We have, based on sexual orientation. That's what the decision amounts to. So it doesn't matter that first of all, it's not religious freedom. It's religious bullying, what it is, because people say, well, that's his business. Of course, that's his business, but you're using it by society. In order for you to get to your home, you have to use publicly funded roads. You use emergency services. You use code enforcement people. You use engineers that are paid for by the taxpayer. So in societies, nobody operates in a vacuum. No one, and then not only that, everybody uses public services. Your police services, your fire rescue services, your fire inspection services, your building inspection services. Those are all publicly funded services. And this business that this fallacy, the right-wing fallacy that says that I'm self-made, nobody gave me anything. That's not true. You did not pay for the education of the teachers that you had in school. Even if you went to public school, the vast majority of people at some point have services, educational services. And the teachers that a lot of those people, even in private schools, are publicly funded. Most of them go to public schools. So because they couldn't afford one of the teachers that got out of their Ivy League prep schools, because most of them go into high-paying positions. They don't go for teaching. None of them. They go into business for their friends or whatever, their network of people that are rich. So this business that you were self-made is a fallacy. It's a lie. It doesn't work. That does not exist. The only way somebody can say that they're self-made and nobody helped them is if they raised themselves from the moment of conception all the way until today. So nobody fed them, nobody gave them anything, nobody wiped their butt, nobody took them to the doctor, nobody paid. Society did not pay for the roads that they use to go to school or to daycare. They did not. Society that would mean the society didn't pay for any of the education, so their doctors or their teachers or any of the service people in the society, that society did not pay for the soldiers that fought in World War II, that society did not pay for the representatives that made their school a place where they could not discriminate against black, Latino, and all that stuff that people thought. Do you get my drift? It's impossible. It does not exist, a self-made person. So using that using that fact, what the Supreme Court did was say, we don't care how many of those people's tax money and effort you have benefited from and continue to benefit from. We're gonna give you a pass and then make an exception for your homophobia, so that you feel all, tickly or inside and whatever, warm and fuzzy inside about denying access to a cake to people that want to get married and love each other and just so happen to have a different sexual orientation than you, because you're hiding behind a homophobic compendium of writings called the Bible, to disseminate very short distance from that, saying, well, my belief system, my religious belief system, does not allow for me to serve black people in my restaurant, and I got money that's coming next. It's coming. Or your religious belief system says you do not allow, your religious belief system says that you're not allowed to serve to people who don't have the proper identification. It's coming, and it's crazy. So the right wing, the neoconservatives, what they're doing, it's trying to create a homophobic ethno state, just like the Nazis. It's nothing but a neo-Nazi policy, just like Adolf Hitler had a homophobic policy. He killed Ernst Röhm, the guy who was the head of the SA, the brown shirts, his thugs, 3 million thugs that beat the crap out of anybody who opposed Hitler. He had Himmler, the head of the SS, kill him. Because Himmler put it in his head that this guy's gay, and we can't have gays. So they prosecuted gays in Nazi Germany. This is what they're doing. They're saying, no, you can be gay on your own, but just can't be openly gay in society. This is very bad for society, because it normalizes homophobia from the highest authority in the land. From the highest authority in the land, homophobia has been normalized, accepted, stamped, and printed, and say, okay, here it is. You can be as homophobic as you want. And we all know what that leads to. That leads to violence against homophobic people. And I'll go further. If you don't think, if the society doesn't think that a certain group of people should not be included in it and would not be allowed to participate in this society, then you should not take taxes from those people. You should not benefit from those people. You should not, if you can't vote, you can't be taxed, period. If you can't be served, if the Supreme Court says, okay, you're not human enough to be served a cake or a coffee or by somebody who benefits from taxpayer funded services, then you should not pay taxes. That's what we should do. If you're going to go that way, you can't take tax money from them. Okay? So I think it's a horrendous, disgusting policy against the people who are gay, LGBTQ community. But, it shows what we've all known, and I've heard it before, what we've all known for a long time about the right-wing religious establishment in this country, and the evangelical Christians in the right wing in this country, that they're a pile of shameless hypocrites. I mean, look, they're still supporting Donald Trump. They're the ones who elected Donald Trump, and shamelessly. So I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. So hey, you know, the fight continues. It is not over, and we're going to keep fighting until the end of time. You know, it's not. We're not going to allow this to stand. We're going to keep fighting.